My name's Andrew. I've been mentoring for MCR Pathways for just over 2 years now. I think mentoring to me is two important things. One is listening. I think that's very important, that you listen to your mentee, hear what they're saying, and then also help. So it's listening to what they're saying, and then, even if it's something positive, something negative, you can always help with that by just adding a bit of your life experience or a bit of advice to help them either achieve, overcome, accomplish whatever it is that they're speaking to you about. So I think you have to strike that balance of listening, but also then filling in some of the gaps where there's quiet times and ask them questions, find out their interests. And I did that the first session, so it was just, try to ask him questions, find out what he liked. Ended up finding out that he was really into chess, and he said that he was good. I had never played it before, so then the following few sessions that we had was basically him teaching me how to play chess. So I think that was a good way to make a connection, because then it gave him the power of the session, because he was doing something that he was confident doing, he was comfortable, and he was kind of teaching me, he was leading the session. So I think that's what really allowed us to make a strong connection quite early on. The positive changes I've seen in Harley since we started mentoring has been unreal. I know that a lot of these things where people say, I've seen these changes in the person that I'm mentoring, and people think, we're just exaggerating it. It's not exaggerated. When I met Harley, he was quite quiet, he didn't have a lot of confidence. As the times went on, he has just completely changed into quite a confident young person. So he's doing well in his studies, he's moving on to sit 4 hires in his 5th year, which is really, really great. Really proud of him for that. Amazing to see him grow as a person, especially that confidence. That is immeasurable, what difference that's made to him. Another task that he set himself was to get a part-time job. Helped him fill in his CV, and he's now got a part-time job, so he's making money, which is great. So the mentoring experience has positively impacted me. It's helped me become a better listener. We all say that, I'm really good at listening, but it's listening effectively, and I think that that's something that the mentoring has definitely done. I think even just things that you forget the experiences that you went through maybe when you were younger. So maybe things like lack of confidence or stress, like your studies, prelims, exams and stuff like that. And it kind of takes you back to when you were younger and realised that, these are things that really matter, to a young person, their exams, socialising, getting part-time jobs, things like that, making money, doing what they enjoy hobby-wise and stuff. And it just allows you to kind of ground yourself a bit and realise that, sometimes that as adults, the things that we see as problems aren't really that big. I think the top 3 qualities a mentor should bring, to this kind of programme is, I've said already, listening is a big thing. You have to listen to what the young person is saying, otherwise that you're not going to be able to understand what their needs or wants are to get out of the programme. I think you have to be proactive as well. So, if your mentee is maybe having a bad day, you need to be able to be proactive with that and perhaps change how the session was going. And I think a good sense of humour helps as well. So I think that the humour definitely allows you to kind of bounce back and forward and make better connections with your mentee. I would say that for anybody thinking about wanting to become a mentor, don't think about it, just do it. You will make a difference. Just even that hour a week listening to somebody makes them feel heard. That can make a difference. We have our own passions, our own hobbies, our own interests, and the good thing about MCR Pathways is they will match up. The matching system is excellent in MCR Pathways, how they match up with your mentee. Anybody that's thinking about doing it, just do it. I guarantee you will make a difference. And it's an hour a week, it's not a lot out of your week. I guarantee you won't be disappointed.